What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Monday, May 29th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 6-game MLB slate tonight. And Yu Darvish, wow, he got blown up last night. But that's okay. We had a couple of batters that scored over 20 fantasy points. And our pitchers have done really well this season. I think that's the first time that our pitcher got blown up all season. So that's not too bad. But now let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Sonny Gray. He's got a massive pitching advantage here over the Houston Astros. Sonny Gray pitches his best ball versus righty batters, only giving up a .498 OPS versus righties, facing 7 righties here tonight. Now the Astros have hit 22 of his last 76 pitches. That's a .289 batting average, but I love the splits. And Sonny Gray is $10,200 FanDuel salary, 200 less on DraftKings, averaging 36 fantasy points per game on the season. He has an ERA of 1.82, record is 4-0, pitching an average of 93 pitches per game. So I like Sonny Gray here versus the Houston Astros. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Elias Diaz. He has, he doesn't have a batting advantage here, but he is batting really well versus righty pitchers. He's batting 27% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .968 OPS versus righties. Now, Ryan Nelson does throw a pretty good ball versus righty batters, only giving up a .635 OPS versus righties. But I can look past that a little bit because Elias Diaz is 2 for 2 here versus Nelson, 2.5 OPS, and he's only 2,800 FanDuel salary. He's averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, has a batting average of .333, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games, and the lowest score was a 15. So I like Elias Diaz on FanDuel here versus Ryan Nelson. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Ryan McMahon with a 47% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Ryan Nelson. Now, Ryan McMahon bats 12% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .745 OPS versus righties. And Ryan Nelson, he is giving up, he's pitching his worst ball by far to lefty batters, 35% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .980 OPS versus lefties. Now, Ryan McMahon is 0 for 3 here versus Nelson, but he's only 2,600 FanDuel salary, 2,000 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, 4 out of his last 5, over 18 fantasy points in last 2 games, scored 51 and 28. So he has a batting average of .238, but he is on fire. and his FanDuel price is just way too cheap for this matchup. Favorable splits. And Vegas thinks there's going to be 9.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Ryan McMahon here versus Ryan Nelson. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So I got somewhat of a stud pick here. I like Josh Jung. He has a 66% batting advantage over Matthew Boyd. Josh Jung batting 27% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.040 OPS versus lefties. Matthew Boyd pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 39% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .822 OPS versus righties. So Josh Jung is $3,600 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. 2 of those were monsters, scoring 25 fantasy points or more, and he has a batting average of .282. So I like Josh Jung here versus Matthew Boyd.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. So I like Geraldo Perdomo. He's got a pretty good matchup here versus a low salary pitcher, Carl Kaufman. Geraldo Perdomo batting a .853 OPS versus righties. Carl Kaufman, not enough data for switch hitters yet, but he's not pitching that well. And he's Geraldo Perdomo, 3,000 FanDuel salary, only 700 more on DraftKings. So I like that price on both sites. Averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, has a batting average of .304. Scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. Vegas thinks there's going to be 9.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Geraldo Perdomo here versus Carl Kaufman. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. So I like Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He's in a nice spot here versus that same low salary pitcher, Carl Kaufman. He's 3,500 FanDuel salary, 800 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season with a batting average of .315. So I like Lourdes Gurriel Jr. here versus Carl Kaufman. Now, if you want to save some salary here, I like Charlie Blackmon. He's got a 53% batting advantage over Ryan Nelson, so you got a little stack going on here versus Ryan Nelson. Charlie Blackmon batting 18% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .840 OPS versus righties. Ryan Nelson pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a .980 OPS versus lefties. Charlie Blackmon is 1-for-1 here versus Nelson. He's 2,900 FanDuel salary, 1,600 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. And take a look at this. His last 5 games scored 31, 13, 22, 6, and 15 fantasy points. Has a batting average of .287. So I like Charlie Blackmon here versus Ryan Nelson.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.